So I've had festivals that have not worked. I've had businesses that haven't worked. But learn why it didn't work, fix it, and move on. My worst failure, and I know it's getting a little later, and people probably, I don't know, is it snowing out there or anything? Or, no, okay, I'm good. So, my biggest failure in the last 5 years was a thing called the Great American Nightmare. Okay, maybe it's not, none of you heard about it yet. So, the Great American Nightmare was an idea we had, a guy named Rob Zombie. You guys know Rob Zombie? King of horror, right? King of horror. Kevin Lyman, king of festivals. At that point, we had the Mayhem Festival. Do you guys know that one? Mayhem was super successful. Out in San Bernardino, we did like 20,000 people. Warped Tour did 20,000 people at the Pomona Fairgrounds. 40,000 people came to my festivals that summer. Rob Zombie wanted to build a haunted house. Okay, Rob Zombie, the king of horror. How could this fail? Like, we're going to do it at the fairgrounds. I got a great deal at the fairgrounds. How do we, I've never built a haunted house, so we go find, supposedly, the best haunted house builder in America, a guy named Steve Koppelman. Obviously, way different style than I had. He was just complete yelling and screaming it all the time. So, we put together the Great American Nightmare. It was a haunted house, and I said, you know, wouldn't it be cool if we had concerts with a haunted house, so people could go to a concert at a haunted house? The nights that Rob Zombie played, it was awesome. We did Excision, the DJ played one night. We had a punk rock night with the Vandals. We had the Used play one night. The concerts seemed to do okay, but most of those people, because I realized I'm not a Halloween person, and now I'm even less of a Halloween person. So Halloween is boo Halloween. Like, you guys like boo Halloween? You like to go with your friends? Like, out in California, it's all about the amusement parks. You go to Knott's Berry Farm or Universal, and you stand in giant long lines, and someone jumps out and goes, boo. I call it boo Halloween. Rob Zombie is disturbed Halloween. Rob Zombie is brilliant, but fucked up, like what he comes up with. So the first night we open up, and I got someone in my face, and it's midnight now. And I stopped working in clubs. When you work late nights at clubs, you deal with people that are at a certain state. And this guy's outside going, you did not make the Ted Bundy room realistic enough. And I'm like sitting there, it's just me, and I'm like, how am I going to deal with this customer service? This guy's fucking a lunatic and maybe a psycho killer. So I'm trying to help this guy. And it was just this whole thing of just, the people that came to see Rob Zombie Halloween did not want to see concerts. That was a distraction from their disturbed minds. And it was an ultimate disaster. And being that we were a Halloween house that kind of, there's Universal hires people, Knott's Berry Farm does people, they do background checks on anyone that works at those things. Guess what we got? All the people basically out on parole. That he hired anyone that was left that wanted to be a scary clown or something. And this was a haunted house where you put a mark on your face if you didn't want anyone to touch you. But the people that came to the haunted house would come in and they'd get a mark they wouldn't get a mark, so you could be grabbed in this haunted house. Someone would grab someone's girl and then they'd beat them up. Like, it was so ridiculous. We had 3 medevac helicopters out of there in the first 4 days because our trauma centers are few and far between in Southern California. I had a helicopter. The clown gets beat up. The guy, it was like the door slams and hits someone in the head because they went into the out of bounds area. It was the worst experience in the world. I would sit there and I'd call my wife. She goes, don't call. She says, just do not call because I know you're just going to call with some crazy disaster. Yeah, boo Halloween. I hate Halloween. I'm the guy now that turns the lights off. Like when people at Halloween night just turn the lights off, nothing, no.